The EX Starter Box was released on December 16th, 1999. Not to be confused with the original Starter Box released towards the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh's debut, but a new product reprinting many of the most desirable cards during the time, such as Change of Heart, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Summon Skull, and Ultimate Offering, making the game much more accessible to new players. However, the EX Starter Box also introduced some new cards, such as Waboku, a trap card that prevented the player's monsters from being destroyed, as well as preventing any damage taken during the turn, as well as one of the most broken cards ever printed in the history of the OCG. Fools! Did you think we were finished with Exodia the Forbidden One? Nonsense. We haven't even seen its final form until today! Behold! The greatest Exodia deck ever conceived by man or machine. This is unfucking believable that this Exodia deck was ever legal, or anything even close to this was legal in any card game ever. This is one of the most solitaire decks I've ever seen in any card game ever. So we've already been on the Exodia arc, and Joseph has been on a arc of redemption to try to get out of just getting crushed by Exodia, and I don't think it's going to get any easier for him this episode, considering the fact that this is the most powerful Exodia deck probably ever created. Why is that? Well, we have some new cards to work with. First of all, we have the introduction of Thunder Dragon, which may not seem that important, but the fact that it thins your deck by a few cards means you're more likely to draw the pieces you actually want to see, and it also provides for decent fodder for Graceful Charity as well, which is nice because if you don't have stuff like Witch or Sengen, which still trigger at this time, you can always pitch the Thunder Dragons and know that you're going to be able to keep all those cards, effectively converting these fake cards into real ones. But furthermore, and probably more importantly as to why this deck just goes completely unbelievably ridiculous, is the introduction of Last Will. Now, Last Will may be one of the most broken cards ever printed on release because, first of all, the wording of the card just really didn't make any sense, but also the effect of itself, even when the interpretation was correct, is still unbelievably busted, and it actually had to go through, I'm pretty sure, multiple erratas before it was the Last Will we know of in the TCG. So, for context, this is the Japanese printing of Last Will, and I took the text here and I threw it into Google Translate. The translation, which again, it's Google Translate, says, instead of one monster sent to the base this turn, base in this case refers to graveyard, you can place one monster with an attack of power of 1500 or less from your deck onto the field. So what's crazy about this is that this theoretically, if you're going based off of this interpretation, means that instead of a monster going to the graveyard, you would actually just place a monster from your deck onto the field instead, which would make this even more broken than it already is. But the actual way it works is that when Last Will is activated, when a monster would go to the graveyard, so when it does hit the graveyard, it has to hit, you're able to special summon a monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck. The interesting thing about this is that this lasts the entire turn, and it's not once per turn. Last Will now says special summon one monster, and you're only doing this one time, where Last Will in the OCG, you're doing this as many times as you want. And keep in mind, the translation says anytime it's sent to the graveyard, period. The English translation has to go from field to graveyard. So if you activate Last Will, then activate Graceful Charity and pitch two monsters, guess what? That means you get to summon two things off of Last Will, Cannon Soldier plus Sengen. This card's still active, and then you're able to Cannon Soldier, tribute the Sengen, search anything, search an Exodia piece, and then special summon a Witch or a Sengen, and get the entire Exodia into your hand, and you just win the game immediately. This means that Last Will in combination with Cannon Soldier, sometimes even with Tribute to the Doomed, is just a straight-up FTK, and there's nothing your opponent can do about it. There is zero counterplay, and it is just one of the most disgusting cards I've ever seen in a card game, period. Again, it went through several erratas. The version we know in the TCG was already broken enough, and for those who know, Last Will has basically been banned since, like, what, 2006, I want to say? It was limited for pretty much almost on release because people remember it from the Magical Scientist FTK format, which, don't worry, we'll get to that in the history of OCG later on, too. I'm shocked. I cannot believe a deck like this was ever allowed to exist. This has to be one of the most disgusting FTK decks I've ever seen. It's it's going to take Joseph maybe like 15, 20, 25 just rounds to be able to maybe have a chance at beating me, even if he techs his deck out to just do everything he can to try to slow me down. This is unthinkable. Not to mention Waboku's legal too, so you actually have a way to slow down the game compared to Swords of Revealing Light. Swords is fine, but Swords is also vulnerable to like removal, where Waboku, if your opponent has removal, you can chain it and you're going to survive a turn anyway. So you actually have a way to prolong the game to ensure you have more time to get to your combo pieces, and for the most part, since you only really need like 2 cards to combo off, you're probably going to get there more often than not. So let's see how this one plays out. Full power Exodia, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be insane. I really have no other words. The Exodia arc is in full effect, and this is the peak. I do not think it gets any crazier than this. Let's see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to duel. Joseph, this is it. Exodia's final form. It does not get any better than this. Are you ready to deal with this for yet another episode?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I can't wait. I feel like last time I ended that thinking it can't possibly get any worse. And here we are.
At least your deck is you have tailor-made your deck exactly for this matchup. You were playing every single anti-Exodia card that is currently available in the card pool in some capacity. It's giving you the best shot possible, but can you win the most important shot, which is, of course, winning the rock, paper, scissors?
Here's hoping. Here is hoping.
All right, I rolled the die. Let's see. And I rolled a 5, so buckle up, buddy. You know, maybe this needs to turn into one of those montages where you have to see how many games it takes for you to actually win.
Alex,
I gotta be honest with Joseph.
Is so good.
And I gotta be honest, my hand fucking blows. So I think you're actually gonna beat me here.
Oh.
So I was talking shit for nothing. I'm gonna pitch Thunder Dragon. I'm gonna grab 1 Thunder Dragon. That probably tells you about the quality of my hand here. And
okay.
I'm gonna set 2 cards in pass.
Okay, well, I didn't think we'd get this far. Let's begin with the Pot of Greed.
Sure, go for it.
Uh-oh, that's not exactly what I wanted to see. You know, no time like the present. Let's normal summon Cyberstein.
Oh, fuck.
We'll try it. And down
Sure.
comes my good friend, the Black Skull Dragon.
The strongest fusion monster currently in the game. Love that this was playable, yeah?
What the hell did you set? Like Sangan? All right, get in there, Black Skull Dragon.
Exactly what I said. It is Sangan.
I should have attacked with the Cyberstein, but if it was Witch, I was going to look like a fucking fool.
All right, I'm going to think about this Sangan search here while you set a bunch of cards and absolutely cook me here. This is really bad. My hand, I got to be honest, my hand is actually atrocious right now. So I realistically know what my best pick is here. Like, you know, my hand is 2 Thunder Dragons and 1 other card. So it's like, there's not really a lot that I'm hiding here. I actually think, as weird as this is, I actually think getting Witch off the Sangan is the correct move. Setting 2 and passing, I imagine?
Yes, I am.
There's so many ways I get out of this, and that is where it begins. Pot of Greed!
Oh, whoa. Calm down there, buddy.
Ooh, Magic Jammer. Okay, I am actually going to Judgment this, because I feel like I don't have a choice.
Oh, my God. All right, draw your cards. I'm going to resolve my Witch.
Okay, go ahead.
We'll go get, I don't know, Gemini Elf? Ooh, you know what? Actually, Morphing Jar might be the pick. Yeah, let's get Morphing Jar.
Okay. I will... Can I even afford to do that? I feel like that's so much damage. I am going to run Witch out. I'm going to take out the Cyberstein.
I'll take 4 here.
And then I think second main, I'm going to try for a Reborn on my Sangan.
Ooh, sure.
And I will pray. Go ahead.
All right, stand by main.
Yep.
Good luck, buddy.
Oh my God, he's got so much back row. He's not even attacking. Oh my God. All right, draw, standby main. I'm gonna YOLO it. I'm gonna go battle.
It's Morphing Jar.
It is. Okay. This is okay. So there go my Thundras. You hit 2 Exodia pieces, but the Exodia pieces are still unlimited. So we're not out of this.
Yep.
Okay. Second main. I actually think We might be... Oh, you got a million back row, though. But you would set almost everything just because you know Jar's going to flip, potentially. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to activate Reborn, targeting my cannon soldier.
Sure.
I'm going to activate Last Will.
Oh, God. Okay, absolutely not.
Okay, I figured that wasn't going to go through. We had to try. I have it normaled. I don't know if that matters. I'm seeing if there's like some weird way I can like win, but you also have more back row, so it's probably not likely. We're gonna go, I guess, just pass. I guess we'll see what happens.
Stand by main.
I like how this one game has collectively taken longer than the last like 2 episodes combined.
Yeah, and now you're gonna take some.
No! I knew I should have tributed him off with Cannon Soldier. I was thinking that this would happen. Fuck.
All right, let's go over this Cannon Soldier.
Okay, so I'm gonna take 18 here. Big hit.
Mm-hmm. And then let's go into let's do the Sangan.
Okay, so then Warrior will banish both.
Go ahead.
It's weird to see that this was legal so early in Yu-Gi-Oh.
What, Warrior?
Yeah, Warrior. We'll go Pot of Greed.
Nah, just absolutely not the case.
3 Magic Jammers.
Oh,
That's
yeah, baby.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's working. It's working. I'll put the Witch to defense, and I'll just pray. Go.
All right. I think you should be dead here. Normal DD Warrior.
That is game. You got it, buddy. You got it.
Okay,
Oh
one down.
God.
That's what it takes.
Well, Joseph, all of your anti-Exodia shenanigans seem to have finally paid off for you. That was a very bricky hand, and maybe I just got lucky the last few episodes, so hopefully we do a little bit better this time, and I think you're probably cooked. Okay, so we're going to go Thunder Dragon.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is what this card is actually intended for, getting 2 of these guys out of the deck so we can go Graceful Charity.
Oh, no, come on.
Unbelievable. What the fuck is my luck with this?
What's the problem
Did I
here,
just
buddy?
get extremely lucky the last 2 games? How has this happened again?
You, Alex Simo, extremely lucky? I don't think that could happen.
Never. You can't kill me from 8,000. Go.
I mean, you're
actually, you know what?
Right.
I'm gonna Sword. Solemn Judgment and Magic Jammer are in this format. I have to do this.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I might be able to, depending on how steined you get. Let's go Charity here.
That's true. Yeah. Charity and like Last Will, there's a lot of like ways you can get to 8,000, but it's I think pretty unlikely.
Sangan and Chaser here.
Trigger your Sangan.
Yeah, we'll go grab Morphing Jar's looking really good. We could grab Morphing Jar. Then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
What's the problem? I don't see the issue here.
I lose. I can't beat this.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's the issue?
Tribute to the Doomed on your Morphing Jar?
Just please do not have Harpy's Feather Duster.
Oh my God! I'm dead. I guess I'm not dead technically. Tribute to the Doomed again.
Oh, see? You were whining so much, you didn't even have to worry about it.
Okay. Go.
I
think you're looking okay, Mr. 5 cards to my 3. Fuck it. Cannon Soldier.
Yeah, absolutely.
14.
I'll take it.
You don't have any monsters. What are you going to do?
Reborn. Target
Oh, that's
Sangan.
a monster. Sure.
Tribute Summon Skull.
Sure.
Sangan effect. Let's go get... I think DD Warrior, actually, is what I'm supposed to get here. Let's go Last Will. We'll grab
You should have
Wit.
Last Willed first, but it's fine. Does the same thing.
Oh, is this how it works?
Last Will's current text is... Anytime a monster is sent to the graveyard, you special summon a thing. So, like,
Boy,
I don't know if it
annoying.
matters if you do it before or after, but the wording is a bit different. This Swords expires. I'm probably dead no matter how I look at this. You know, this is probably what you wanted all along, was to just completely cook
I mean,
me,
I'm pretty
and
excited about it.
I bet you are. I like how this is the full power version of this deck, and I've bricked twice. It is unbelievable. I guess I just do I even clear the witch? That just seems like a bad idea, because then you just get Cyberstein and just cook me. That sounds awful. I actually think I just put this to defense and set and just pray.
Stand by main. Let's go Reborn, target, Summon Skull.
Sure. You could have... I think you maybe could have killed me if I didn't swords. That's crazy.
DD Warrior. I don't know. I still play like it's Sangan, I think.
It is Sangan, so, yep.
Ooh, okay. This here, and then 25, 11.
And 25, yeah. I'm going to let you know that Sangan could have resolved, and I'm probably still going to lose this game.
Go ahead.
All right, show me Judgment or Jammer.
Okay, I do have Jammer.
This is insane. I'm dead. Buddy, you beat Super Saiyan 3 Exodia. This is unthinkable.
All it took was me playing the most
I had to do the double tribute to the Doom play because I had 2 right arms. So if that jar resolved, I physically could not resolve Exodia.
That is so funny.
We're trying game 3. We're trying
for
game
sure.
3. I need to show how broken this is, but apparently this deck actually just sucks. Let's see if we have some, I went first all these games, too. This is unthinkable. Oh, look! We bricked again, somehow. This is... Maybe I just got lucky all those other games. I really don't know what to say. This is incredible.
It's possible.
Oh, you know what? I actually do have the FTK here. I have to do it in a very strange way. Okay, so here's what we do. We normal summon Cannon Soldier.
Sure.
We activate Last Will.
Uh-huh.
And then we activate Dark Hole.
Oh, I see.
This triggers Last Will, and we get a Sangan.
Oh, and then you have a Reborn?
Reborn for the Cannon Soldier.
Oh...
Cannon Soldier effect, Tribute Sangan, deal 500 to you, but more importantly, Last Will triggers, getting me another Witcher Sangan, and I get an Exodia piece. And then I just get to do this until I have all 5 pieces.
Last Will is, does not work.
Last Will doesn't work?
As it's supposed to.
Oh, of course not. The original text on this card is obscene, and like they had to errata. I think Last Will is like maybe one of the first erratas in Yu-Gi-Oh, because they're like, okay, this is not the way that this is supposed to work. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. It is reciprocal though, because like you can do stuff where it's like if you sack for a Summon Skull or like Graceful Charity, you can even do it off discards, which is stupid. So like Last Will and Thunder Dragon actually works, which is insane. So like you could theoretically, if you go like Graceful Charity and you Last Willed already, you can pitch stuff and then like off the Last Will summon like Cyberstein. It's outrageous like how broken this card was. Well, you did it.
That's
you
Yu-Gi-Oh,
won,
folks.
You won.
It took all of my ingenuity, all of my cunning, and mostly it took you bricking 2 games in a row.
I know you enjoyed it. Please.
I did enjoy it. It was real nice.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoy. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shout to Shout1317, Tim00x3, MBT Play Medolce, Moto, Cameron L. Smith, Phoenix the Immortal, Pony Stark, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, Little Fade Leaf, Draconic, Dylan Rare Hunter, JW11860, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Flannel Daddy, Chrono the Branded Enjoyer, Twinkle Muncher, Matthew Brady, Uncle Brian of Stardust, Power Rave, both out a stupidly long name that barely makes any sense and is annoying to read out loud, Cheeks McLapperty, Stolfin Amethyst, Wonder Waffle, MBT canceled by all community soon, canceled by all committee soon, canceled by all players soon, Nicholas Carpenter, Corvain, Calvin Tempest, RIP Akira Toriyama, Daniel Howell, and life keeps using solemn judgment on my hopes and dreams. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.